Hi! In this video, we're going to have a look at how to basically stop Windows 10's, shall we say, telemetry service that sends privacy data that you might not want Microsoft to actually get, like your usage, etc., you know? And they have this service enabled by default, okay? So, we are going to look at in two versions. One is the pre-November build, which is this one, and then we're going to look at basically the build that came out in November 2015. Okay, there's two different ways of actually doing it. Okay, the first thing we need to do is actually go to the registry editor. How do we do that? We click over there, type in regedit, okay, and that will bring up this. Click on that, and then it'll ask you to grant it permissions, allow it, and then we're good to go. What you need to do is go to HKey local machine, okay, then expand that, then go to software, expand that, go to policies, expand that, then Microsoft, expand that. I'll make this as a full screen. Okay, so then it's Microsoft, then it's Windows, expand that, then you have something called data collection. Okay, in data collection, you will not have this key, this allow telemetry. So what you need to do, okay, I'll just delete that, delete. Okay, and I'll show you how to create it. You will get it like this when you open up data collection for the first time. So you need to create a new DWORD, okay, and call it allow telemetry, okay, and make sure it has a value set to 0. Okay, basically you can change it just by double clicking and putting a 0 in there, and that's done. Okay, that's step 1. Okay, then we can close off our registry editor. Okay, the next thing we need to do is go into services. Okay, how do we go there? Basically, once again, click on that and then type in services. Okay, and then basically open that up. That'll bring up this window. Okay, scroll down to the D areas. Okay, and you will see, okay, a diagnostics tracking service. You need to disable that. Okay, if it's running, okay, example, if it's running like one of these services, click stop. Okay, and then basically once that's done, click properties, and then startup type, make sure it's disabled. Okay, you could have stopped it over here as well, and then click OK. All right. You also need to get rid of this service. Okay, you need to disable it. So basically, properties, disabled. Okay, make sure they're not running. Then restart your computer, and that is fine. Everything should be okay. We shall now look at if you have the post-November build. Okay. If you are in, shall we say, the latest build, which is post-November 2015, okay, do the same thing. Basically, go over here, okay, type in services, services opens up, okay, and what we're trying to do is scroll down to something called connected user experiences and telemetry. Okay, we need to make sure this is disabled. Okay, disabled, click OK, restart your computer, you know, everything is good to go. What I would suggest is also do the registry thing that we did for the first version, okay, which was the allow telemetry and set it to 0. Okay, I'd do that in the registry in your latest version as well, just to be safe. Okay, now another thing to do is to check what exactly are your privacy settings on your Windows desktop or notebook, etc. Okay, so I'll just close that one off. Okay, now we need to basically change our privacy settings. So basically go here, type in privacy, and that should open up privacy settings. Click on that, that opens up here. Now, depending on your computer, the way you want it managed, it's entirely up to you how much information you want to give out to other apps. to other, shall we say, companies, Microsoft, etc. Okay, if you read the privacy statement, okay, and how Microsoft does advertising information, they pass it on to their other companies that are linked to them. Now, you might or might not like that, okay? So basically what I've done is basically turn that off. Okay, I've kept the smart screen on. You could turn that off, that off, that off, okay? So that's there, and then basically I've made sure location is also not given. Okay, I've turned that off. Okay, and then basically it's off for everything over there. Okay, camera, let apps use my camera. Well, obviously some apps do need to use a camera, so you might want to keep that on. However, if you really want to lock it down, you can lock it down by individual apps. Okay. Microphone, okay, same kind of thing like the camera. Do you want it on, off? Do you want to do it by individual apps? Okay. Then account info, let apps access my name, picture, and other account info. I'd say turn that off, but it's up to you. Okay, contacts, okay. Choose apps that can access contacts. Do you want these apps to actually access them? You can once again change them on or off depending on which ones you trust, which ones you don't use, etc. Okay, calendar. Do you want apps to access your calendar? You can turn that off. Okay, turn it off individually again. Okay, call history. If you have call history over here, okay, like for example in Skype, okay, you can turn that off or you can turn it on depending on the way it goes. Again, for email, similar concept. Okay, go all the way down, messaging. Okay, choose the same thing on and off depending on how you want to take it. Radios, okay, basically your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, etc. They can send information out. Do you want that to happen? Yes or no? Okay. Other devices, okay. Any devices connected, okay. When they syncing up with your computer now, this can affect your sync, okay. However, depending on whether you're working in an environment where other computers are syncing to you and you don't want them to sync to you, okay, you can turn that off, okay. Feedback and diagnostics, I would suggest keeping that at never, okay. Diagnostic and usage data, okay, basically you only have these three choices, but we've disabled it in the services, okay. So keep it at basic, okay. And background apps, okay, you can basically go to that as well, which are going to receive info. Obviously, turning some things off, you might find that, for example, maps may not work properly or your calendar may not work, etc. So you might want to turn them on or off depending on how it works for you. Okay, so this has been a full tutorial on how to ensure your privacy and how to limit what information is sent out from your computer. Hopefully this has helped. Thank you for watching.